Isn't really the word. I mean, I think I have like little butterflies because I'm just really excited, and every day that is leading up to it has kind of been the best day ever. And
really?
I don't know, usually getting ready for those kind of shows isn't as much fun, but MTV has just been so awesome, and they pretty much let me do whatever I want, which is pretty crazy.
Will you surprise them with anything? Is there anything that you've been holding back from them and you'll unleash on live television? Because it is a live show, right?
Yeah, actually, they haven't got to go through, everything. I actually didn't even have the foam finger that everyone was so pissed about, 2013 VMAs.
Oh.
I didn't even have that in rehearsal.
Where is that?
In my house, in my room.
All right. And maybe that should be sent to the Smithsonian or something like that.
Yeah, it's like kind of thrown in there with all my other photos.
Man, I tell you what, you have got a beautiful,
This is beautiful. Well, we see you, and we see Snoop Dogg, and your grandma.
That's Mammy.
And how did you, Grandma and Snoop, get along?
Well, it was actually pretty awesome, but my grandma, I gave her a revised script because there's there may or may not be some marijuana.
You got some pretty kitties.
And
this is from a scene. I see.
Oops, maybe I want to say that? Whatever.
Yeah,
anyways, my show. So anyway, I'll just tell you all that happened. My grandma has on an apron that says Mary Jane, and she asked me who Mary Jane was.
Oh.
And my mom, and I looked at each other, and then Snoop comes in, and she had a good idea, I think, of who Mary Jane was. But she loved him, and we called her to ask her to do this because I didn't know if my grandma would do this or not, and so we called and was like, all right, well, there's a rapper, his name is Snoop Dogg, and she goes, well, I know who Snoop Dogg is. Like, okay, sorry. And then I guess the whole way home she told my mom, he's just so tall. And so now my grandma might be in love with Snoop Dogg.
Well, that would cool. He would make a really great grandpa.
Snoop Grandpa Snoop.
Yeah.
I want a Grandpa Snoop.
Christmas time.
Yeah.
Grandpa Snoop leaves something under the tree.
I want that. The tree is...
The mistletoe is smokable.
Mistletoe is smokable. The tree is smokable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to get your grandmother to dress like you, like this?
No, my grandma is fresh. I gotta admit. I see her, and she's always in jumpsuits, terry cloth jumpsuits.
Is that cool, jumpsuits?
I think for a grandma, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Snoop wears them. They actually have very similar style.
That's probably.
Grandma Snoop. But yeah, and my grandma is the most fabulous person I've ever met. Actually, I cut my finger off one time in a blender, it broke my finger in half, and I was being rushed to the emergency room with my grandma. And before I went in, she slammed on the brakes and said, we got to put on powder because you never know who's going to be in there. My grandma is like an actual beauty queen. So my finger is literally dangling off, blood pouring everywhere. My dad's passing out from all the blood, and my grandma's like, no, no, no. Powder, powder. So she's the beauty queen.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad person to have around in a pinch.
It is. Yeah.
You have a pig at home.
I do.
I saw a picture of you with the pig. Where does the pig live?
In the living room.
In the living room.
So I've taken out all the furniture pretty much because she eats everything. Her favorite food is ankles. So anytime you're sitting like this, you have to sit with your feet like that because she loves to eat.
Where did you even get a
beautiful outfit.
Well, at one of my concerts, someone had brought me a pig. Actually, the dude that invented those bubba teeth, the hillbilly teeth, he brought me those.
There's an inventor behind those?
Oh, yeah. And I actually did my own line of bubba teeth. And it was kind of a trade,
cool,
give
man.
me the pig, I'll take the pig, make me some teeth. And so I had custom Miley bubba teeth. But he brought the pig to the concert and said, we brought you a pig, so obviously I took it. And but I had other dates, so I went to do other shows and stay at other hotels with this pig.
What a beautiful
I don't really tell a lot of people what I'm gonna do. I just kind of do it, and you just hope they don't find out.
What is the pig's name?
Pig. Pig's name is
Double
Pig. Yeah.
A double pig. Okay.
Pig.
And eventually the pig will get too big to have?
No, not too big to have, because it just roams in the house, so it's okay, but my dogs are getting a little terrified of this pig, because it's huge.
Yeah.
My little, Chihuahua dog is kind of, scared of the pig a little bit. I'm also getting a little scared of the pig, because the other day, she started to attack me, couldn't figure out what was happening. I was running around my living room screaming, what? Why don't you love me, pig? I just love you so much. I just want to pet you. And then I realized I was holding a peach. And as soon as I dropped the peach out of fear, she was fine.
Yeah.
She just wanted my peach. So as long as you feed her, you can play with her all day long. But when the food runs out, you become the food. It's terrifying.
I feel like something's bad is going to happen with that pig.
You know, everyone tells me that. Everyone's like, we have these nightmares, Cyrus, of you just, like, passing out on the couch or something. My dad and some of my friends will tell me,
Maybe it's time for you to take a break from being a vegan nudist and eat that pig.
I can't do it. You know what? I wasn't always a vegan. I was kind of like the pig and all these animals. I just love them too much. I can never eat them.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's nice. It's good to know. I mean,
I don't wear clothes and I don't eat things.
You know,
quality define it.
Yeah, not only are you not wearing leather, you're not wearing cotton.
Anything.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck at the show. I know you're giving Kanye West the I hope that goes out without a hitch.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't push me off stage.
Yes, I hope he doesn't push you off stage also. And will you be completely naked at the show, or will you have some shred of clothing on?
Well, I can't say what I'm going to say. You're on like, well, I was going to say they make pasties for other parts also, so I can always just do that. But I want you to leave some surprise.
Why don't you shock everybody and come out in like a ski outfit or something, you know? Maybe some nice overalls and a big frumpy sweater.
Never gonna happen.
All right.
Never happen.
Hell no.
You in some of this.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
With the scrub?
Look like one of those people at the colony that were so just...
Hell yeah.
Miley Cyrus, the only... Sunday Night Live at 9 o'clock on MTV. We'll be right back with Alan Winston.
You are. Miley Cyrus, I got so much respect for you. You ain't a fucking hypocrite like a lot of them other fucking bitches. You don't try to play peekaboo with your tits. You know that your maker gave you your tits and your body and your pussy and everything like that, and you ain't ashamed. You ain't no fucking hypocrite like a lot of bitches that want to pretend. I believe the churches are the ones that I never could figure this out. Our maker made the female. Our maker made the male. Even says in the Bible, it is not good that man be by himself. So, our Maker, who made everything, said, I'm going to make a match for you that is going to be so absolutely mesmerizing to you. I'm going to make something that you get a fucking hard on. And because it's not a good idea that a man fuck another man. And I'm also going to make it to where you will not be able to mistake the man from the woman. I'm going to put bumps on her chest that we call tits. She even likes the name Tits. She is so fucking cool. And also, she's probably very aware. She probably is very proud of her pussy, too. Because she knows that on this earth, she has got this power over men. But she doesn't use it in a prick-teasing way. She is real. Miley Cyrus is real. Miley Cyrus is down to earth. She ain't ashamed. She don't play that fucking shame game that the motherfucking churches put on people, because I believe they did that fucking shit because they can control people through your sexual urge. As far as I'm concerned, I consider a male-female porno movie, I would rather that people see a male-female porno movie any day than any kind of homosexual fucking movie, than any fucking violence on TV or anything like that, than these soaps that are on TV where it shows never-ending conflict. That's what I'd like to see. And then you got these hypocrite motherfuckers that'll go, well, you know, that stuff shouldn't be on TV. I say, well, what about fucking violence? What about violence in the movies? What about violence in the video games? And I say, well, why isn't there a fucking porn channel? Hey, you can always fucking turn it if you don't like it. I find it awfully hypocritical there. I'll tell you what, Miley Cyrus, I have newfound respect for you. Just like when you came out with that video, 2013, Wrecking Ball. Man, I'll tell you what, you showed that you're proud of your fucking body, man. It showed you on a wrecking ball, and you had hardly anything on. You probably, if they would have let you, you would have just spread your fucking pretty pussy. That's right. If there were more chicks like you, you give chicks a good name. You ain't no fucking hypocrite like a lot of other ones. And I believe you're the type of person that if you was on a nudist beach, you'd walk up and you would instead of shaking somebody's hand, you would surprise somebody and grab their dick and say, "How you doing?" Ain't no shame in your game, Miley Cyrus. Even when you was Hannah Montana, maybe you was wild then, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I got a lot of respect for you, Miley Cyrus. That's all I got to say. And all I got to say, Miley Cyrus, I wish there were more chicks like you that were fucking cool like you. You are so real. Just like when you mentioned, it's okay to show your tits, but just don't show the nipple. Man, you are right on, Miley Cyrus. That's all I gotta say. You ain't ashamed. You don't buy that fucking shame game that the fucking churches have put on people. They shut their mouths about the fucking violence and everything like that. They shut their mouths about, let's see, these fucking boom cars that are going up and down the road. They shut their mouths about devitalized food that is fed to millions of people. Fake fucking food. Unhealthy food. I'll tell you what, Miley Cyrus. As of August 26, 2015, I have got newfound respect for you, Miley Cyrus. All I can say is you are one motherfucking cool chick. And our Maker knew when he made you that you was the best thing for a man.